Oprah Winfrey. What if the person who taught an entire nation how to heal was secretly carrying a wound that never fully healed herself? That's the story the cameras never fully captured, and it's far more powerful than any award, any fortune, or any standing ovation. She was born in rural Mississippi in 1954 to a teenage mother, too young and too overwhelmed to raise her. Her early years were spent on her grandmother's farm, with no running water, wearing potato sacks to school while classmates laughed. Yet it was that same grandmother who taught her to read at age 3 and placed a Bible in her hands before a church congregation, unknowingly handing a wounded little girl the most powerful tool she would ever own: language. When her mother brought her to Milwaukee, things didn't get better. They got darker. Between the ages of 9 and 14, according to Oprah's own public disclosures, she was repeatedly sexually abused by relatives and a family friend. Her mother was unavailable, emotionally and physically. No teacher asked, no neighbor noticed. So the child buried it, and that buried silence became the hidden engine of everything she would one day build. At 14, she became pregnant, a direct consequence of years of abuse. She hid it for 7 months out of shame. The premature baby boy died within days of birth. By her own admission, in that period she wanted to end her life. The world nearly lost her before it ever found her. What changed everything was her father, Vernon, who took her in, imposed discipline, made her read, made her believe she had a future worth showing up for. She found books. She found Maya Angelou and Toni Morrison. She found a language for pain she'd never been able to name. And from that Nashville library, she built a path that eventually led to a radio microphone at 17, a television anchor chair at 19, and ultimately, a national stage that reached tens of millions of people every single day. But the moment that truly changed America came in November 1986, just 2 months into the national run of her show. In the middle of an episode about child sexual abuse, watching guests tremble through their stories, Oprah looked into the camera and said that she was one of them. No script, no strategy, just a woman who understood that she had to speak first if she expected anyone else to. The response was overwhelming. Hundreds of thousands of letters from people who had never told anyone their secret. Her voice didn't just break the silence. It rewrote the rules around it. By 1993, her advocacy helped pass federal child protection legislation that came to be known informally as the Oprah Bill. For decades, she waged the most public-weight battle in entertainment history, a struggle she has since reframed, not as a failure of willpower, but as a documented medical condition shaped in part by childhood trauma. It took nearly 70 years, 2 knee replacement surgeries, and a great deal of courage to stop treating her own body as the enemy. And through it all, the one wound that resisted every tool she had was her relationship with her mother. Vernita Lee died in 2018, and the words, "I'm proud of you," were never spoken. At 71, Oprah stood in a church and could not think of a single warm memory to share. The most powerful voice on the planet, silenced again, exactly where the story began. She didn't become extraordinary despite her wounds. She became extraordinary through them, transforming private suffering into a public permission for millions of people to finally speak. If that story moves you, hit like and subscribe for more.